Okay, so I've just flown the drone. I'll make some comments on the findings in a minute, but it was incredibly difficult because I had a lot of crows swooping and they were being very accurate at trying to kill my drone. So I managed to get it up and down very quickly, but yeah, did a little bit of a crash landing. Luckily it didn't go too badly. Anyway, so the street, let's talk about the street. Really nice spot. There is a plethora of beautiful old houses that have been kept up to scratch, so they basically don't get too run down around here. You can even see a house like this. If, even though there's a lot of trees and a lot of maintenance involved in something like this, they're still well kept. Neighbour on this side is really good. There's a vacant block of land just behind us there. Looks like a new construction's going up. I guess the next thing you'd worry about here is this property here. It's doomed for demolition one day soon. That people don't really fix up houses like this just because it lacks a lot of character. But the important part is, I mean, this house could stay here for another 10, 20 years, who knows? Or it could already have a permit for knockdown and rebuild. What we're looking for in houses like this, that they're not a hazard. They haven't got cars or anything that something like a hoarder would live here. So I think this house is fine. You can see the gardens are fairly well kept. They cut down a tree there recently, so someone is looking after the place, which is good. Now, as for the house that we're looking at, there is a lot of gardens here, and I'm not a huge fan of gardens, and I'll explain why. They can cause movement issues if there is a garden bed at the foothold of where the I guess the stumps kind of, or all the weight of the property live. So if you're kind of watering here and making this beautiful garden grow, you're actually softening up the soil, and all the bricks and all the weight of the property sinks the house. And this is quite evident here. You can see those cracks there, and that's kind of come up there as well. They might have tried to fix that, I'm not sure, but not recently they've left that, but yeah, maybe once upon a time. So I'd like to see concrete paths that manage water. You can see this path's gone a little bit wobbly and potentially pushing water in towards the property as well at parts. Luckily, we've got a little bit of an eave here protecting the property, which is great. You want to see eaves on every house you purchase. The fascia board's in good condition. These trees are a real pest. Being this close to the gutters fills up the gutter with leaves and stops it from functioning as a gutter. And hence you get things like floods. So there's quite a bit of movement here, up there as well. Nothing's terrible. It's a solid brick place, rendered. So render never kind of always shows the movement. You can't hide it, unfortunately. But it's a good thing when you're buying, because then you can actually see if there's any kind of structural damage. Now these solar panels, I would say, are worn and torn. They've been there for a long time. There's some on the roof, on the other side of the roof as well. They've got a lot of bird droppings on there, so it needs to be cleaned. Fair driveway, nice and long. You can fit a lot of cars down here, 2 cars I reckon. You've got also the car storage space down there. Okay, I won't go through there just yet. I'll just walk through the house. Hey, hiya.
Hello, really well. How are you?
Good. What do you need from me?
Just a phone number, if
Yeah.
that's okay.
Yeah, 0421
0421
832 410.
410. My name's Monique.
Monique, my name's Mark.
Awesome. Come on
I'm in
through.
there? Cool,
Ta.
thanks. Okay, so just a quick view of the floor plan. We'll start off at the very front with the bedroom. Okay, so ceiling heights are fairly, I wouldn't say standard, they're higher than normal. Oops, sorry, just want to check the doors. Now, if we open and close these doors, we can feel if there's movement around that door frame, because if the house moves, the door frame moves, and then you can't open and close the door properly. In this case, it's working, hence probably why they got this thing here, so stop it from opening and closing. Hardwood floors, which is really nice. If there is a sinking problem, you'll feel it here. You can feel a kind of decline usually when there is a sinking problem. There is slightly, you can definitely feel a little bit of unlevel floor going slightly in that direction because of that movement, but it's not major. Cornices are really nice. That's a nice upgrade. Evaporative cooling. The unit on the roof looked like it was pretty old, so those things are about $5,000 to replace. So I just did one recently. Yeah. Thank you.
And that can be done.
Okay. All right, so we've got another bedroom. So we don't have matching doors. We've got a hardwood door in that front bedroom, and you've got these kind of cardboard thin doors here. The door frames are the same size, which is good. Okay, the cornices matching here, flooring matches, it's really good. Great size room. Okay, nice windows, like they've done a good job in maintaining them. Normally these things can rot at the point of entry of water, outside, inside, and these are in good nick. They've been looked after, which is good to see. Yeah, standard size door frames. They're not high or special or anything like that. Okay, living room. Okay, we've got the old-fashioned downlights, so that could be replaced with something newer. And a little fireplace, I believe. I'm scared to touch this because these are always hard to close. Oops, what am I doing? Okay, I'm just trying to work out if it's working or not. We'll have to ask the owners. It smells like there is an active fireplace there. Good sized living room. Once again, there is a little bit of movement towards the heavy part of the property, just down there. So it is sinking a tiny bit. It is common to feel that in property. I'll go around the other way so I'm not bothering these people with my talk. Okay, the floors are matching throughout, which is great. That's a hard thing to come by. Very good nick. Okay, original bathroom, looks like 1990, so it's not original with this house. I suspect this house is much older. So it has been renovated, and it looks like it's in good nick. I don't see any kind of issues with movement in tiles. Oops, come on, you silly camera. Sorry about that. Okay, the bath is a modern bathtub. It's plastic, it's not a metal one, and this is like just a very ordinary kind of setup. Yeah, okay. So we've got gas ducted heating, and this is the bathroom and toilet, powder room. So once again, checking the door frames just for structural integrity. And we move into the back part of the house where it looks like an extension. We've got different ceiling heights from there to here. And they've got a big split system, so it's a pretty decent upgrade to the electrical as well, because you can't put those in without an upgrade to electrical. This is disappointing to see. So they've put in cheap floating floor versus a hardened floor. The reason why it's disappointing is pretty obvious. I mean, it's where that kind of, that's probably where the old house was. They've just pulled down some walls and created this extension, I'm guessing. Anyway, Laminex tops in the kitchen. Pretty kind of standard stuff, very entry level. These timber doors are great because that's not great, but if you were to get a new kitchen put in, these doors are a premium top of the range kind of product. Your Laminex is your entry level, vinyl wraps are medium, and these are the top of the range. The reason why these are good is you can just sand these back and paint them any wood color you like, and it looks really good. You can pop a stone bench top on this quite easily. You just have to put a new sink and tap fitting around it. The oven's been upgraded, which is good. Electrolux, this is a very good brand, very good oven. It's a modern one as well. Those nice little buttons. I'm not gonna muck around with it like I know what I'm doing. Oh, here we go. Okay, upgraded 600mm gas stove. And we've got a 900mm range hood, which has been upgraded as well. But yeah, so timber throughout the whole kitchen, which is nice to see. So that's definitely something that's salvageable. Cornices are matching here, and they've gone for a square set cornice around the extension. Okay, so space-wise, we've got a good living room, meals area, and a legitimate room over there for living. So yeah, it's a good setup, meets your family kind of needs. Laundry, pretty standard. Got the good cornices in the laundry, there you go. Okay. Let's go upstairs while there's no one up there. Okay, that's for the alarm. This is a quirky little thing, a little gap there. Okay, ceiling heights are good. They're 2.7 meters up here, which is good. And you've got a lot of air conditioning, which is essential in any double story, I think. Okay, two-way bathroom, same kind of setup as downstairs, very cheap, kind of renovated in the 90s. Laminex, this is all Laminex. So eventually you'd want to probably rip that out one day. Okay, grout is in excellent condition. They must have re-grouted. This is very strange. 2 different tiles. So there's like the generations of renos that are popping through when you kind of just do some renovations with flooring. They've changed all the floors up here, which is nice. They're all matching. Okay, with a property like this, I'd always recommend building a pest inspection because of these little balconies can be nightmares when it comes to damage and having to pull them down. Okay, I can see this roof has seen better days. It's worn and torn, and look, honestly, the roof up here isn't that much better. When I flew the drone over, you could definitely see the discoloring in the roof panels, just like this is, but it is in better condition. You could leave it for another 10 years. But I'd be looking at hopefully trying to paint it or something to kind of keep that life and restore it if you can. That's the property I was talking about that's having an extension or some sort of something going on in the backyard. Great backyard space, a lot of room. At the moment, there's heaps of privacy. There's no double stories peering in, but you want to maybe check with council to see the plans for what's going on there. The good thing is the house is far away from you. So if they do build a monster of a property, you've got a good kind of way away from it. No neighbours peering into your living rooms, I think. Let me just double check. Yep, that is the case. You've got a little window there, nothing major. Okay, really nice job on the painting up here. They've done it looks neat and clean. Okay, looks really nice. Nice colour, olive kind of walls, window coverings. Good sized room, ample space around both sides of the bed, and that's a real bed as well, so it's always something you've got to look at when you're buying property. If they've got real furniture, not staged. No door here, they've taken the door off because it's probably just an awkward door to open and close. It's probably just in the way, so they've just taken it off, which is fair enough. This is a very awkward shower. I know it looks kind of cool, but you've lost this whole section here because of the angle of it, and it makes a pretty tight shower place. So if you're a bit of a larger kind of person, you can have a bit of a tough time having spinning around, picking up shampoo and soap and things like that. But look, this is a nice setup. Timber tops. Looks like a plywood actually. This is really modern. I see this a lot in a lot of Brunswick properties. Nice sink, nice tap fittings. They've upgraded that recently. That's for sure not something that's too old. Okay. So that's the Breeze Air heating and cooling. That's a very old device, so I'm probably correct in saying that it's an old unit. Oh, sorry. Thank you very much. Let's zoom into the backyard. Okay. So this is the compressor for the big aircon unit. We've got gas, hot water, and this looks like a fairly recently new unit. They've changed this in the last 4 or 5 years. They've got a lifespan of about 8 years, and this is quite a big unit, so that's good. And you can tell, I mean, this is in direct sun for most of the day, and the stickers are still pretty good, so that kind of gives you an indication. We're looking for gaps in windows here, cracks in the render. This looks fine to me. This is your gas ducted heating. This has been changed as well. It's definitely not an old unit, so that's good. Okay, this is a bit gross, this thing. Yuck. Okay, so what I'm looking for is concrete stumps. I don't know if I'm going to be able to see that. Oh, here we go. There is one. Okay, so considering it's such an old house, this would have been built with wooden stumps. So once upon a time, the house would have been moving a lot more. They've replaced it with concrete stumps, and there's a lot of breather holes, which is very important to stop the mold, because if water does kind of enter this way, it can be managed through good ventilation. So that's a ventilation thing for under the subfloor. So if they've ever had a mold issue, you put these vents in, automatic kind of fans, and they resolve any kind of mold you might get building up. Garden bed again. but no serious issues, no movement. Okay, no movement, no cracks. An expansion joint here that helps with the movement. No gaps in the windows. Okay. Gutters are in good condition right around. So they've replaced those as well once upon a time. Okay, this is a pretty serious garage in the sense of space and being able to kind of fit a lot of stuff in, like a spare car or something like that. Okay, toilet. Okay, it's pretty handy. Hello, thank you for that. Just do a quick zoom through in here. Okay, so this room's probably subject to a little bit of flooding. You can see the kind of build up here and there. It does have a smell to it as well, like a moisture moldy kind of smell. This is pretty typical for properties like this, especially because these things probably are built without plans or permits. They just kind of knock them up and deal with the problems later. So I reckon this is just an illegal little structure. Nice garden, angled block at the back, no laneway. Really nice properties, neighbouring property there. Really nice. Okay, you haven't got any terrible trees here. It's all been managed quite well. I have to say, it's just a beautiful backyard, isn't it? It's nice to have such a nice garden. A huge amount of work to maintain this. Any feedback, I'll just be removing the plants from the immediate window. It's just not necessary to have to put water down at the foot of the property. Okay.